Welcome, everyone, to the Hardin Local Weekly Podcast. I'm Rachel Brantingham, and we are so glad you are here with us today. So it is officially summer. I know my kids got out last Thursday. There has been so much excitement. School is officially out, and this is our first show with the kids home for summer. Memorial Day was yesterday, and I hope everyone got a chance to spend some time really digging into what the meaning is behind that holiday. And of course, Hardin County is full in summer mode. It doesn't feel very much like it outside because I am drenched, which is why the hair is in a ponytail. My socks are wet. I heard stories of people wading through water to get to their place of business. But we are also grateful for the rain. We needed it. So today is all about how to actually enjoy Hardin County in the summer, where to take the kids and what's happening this week and where to eat, which I'm super excited about this because I was mapping out my summer with my nanny, and this is exactly what we needed today. Top of that list, and I'm really excited about this one. You were mentioned this morning as we were doing our game planning. We've got a live guest, Sam from Malibu Jack's, right here in Elizabethtown. And they've got a first ever family flow night coming up. That sounds super fun. And if you're already wondering, what am I going to do with these kids all summer? This segment is for you because it's also for me, because I said that this morning. Jon, of course, has a packed week of events. We've got food truck rallies, live music nearly every night, a couple of grand openings, and a community conversation out in Vine Grove. Super excited, Jon. Nate, of course, is bringing us our business buzz. Elizabethtown got named the #1 best place to live in Kentucky by U.S. News and World Report. I'm excited I got to say that first. That's super exciting, Nate. I'm excited to hear more about that. Plus, the first 7 Brew coffee breaking ground and a real story on a few chains that are not coming after all. So that'll be interesting to hear, Nate. Nate's got a bonus for the parents today, a full Hardin County Summer Camp guide. You're talking sports, art, cooking, STEM, beauty, drama, scouts. We organized the whole thing. I didn't, but these guys did. They organized the whole thing so you can actually plan your summer. The complete guide's going up on hardinlocal.com. So, of course, you want to connect with us there. Britten and Michele, the experienced eaters, hit the Phillips Grove food truck rally and found Bussin Pizza, the new wood-fired pizza truck from Bussin Bites crew. I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear about this. You're going to want to see this one. Plus, of course, I will be bringing you my housing market update and a schools out icebreaker. So you'll want to stick around. But first, I want to introduce you guys to all of my amazing co-hosts. You know Phil Taul, who is the founder of Hardin Local. I've got Scott Lucas, who is my co-host. Jon O'Brien, who brings us events and happenings around the community. I've got Nathaniel, who goes by Nate Bryan. He's going to be bringing us business news and updates. And of course, Britten and hopefully Michele will be joining us. They are our experienced eaters. And of course, I've mentioned my name before. I'm Rachel Brantingham. I'm your host, and I'm your Hardin County housing market expert. Before we get started, I'd like to run through this really quickly, just how you can stay connected with us. We are featured on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So if you specifically listen to your podcasts on those platforms, please go there and follow us. It's important. You can find everything that we talk about on today's episode, and Phil has revamped this website. We went over that with you last week, all at hardinlocal.com. Crazy enough, I found myself pulling up hardinlocal.com multiple times this week. So it's a great resource for information that we've discussed throughout these podcasts. And there is make sure that you sign up for the weekly or for the email newsletter. It'll come out when it comes out, but for the email newsletter while you're there, so you never miss the email that kind of breaks down everything that we cover here. Follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you're watching on Facebook, hit that little follow button. Guys, we love to interact with you while we go through this podcast, so please drop your comments, say hi, tell us you're watching, tell us where you're watching from. How are you surviving this gloomy weather besides just staying in bed 24/7? We love to interact with you, so please feel free to drop your comments there. And of course, we love shout outs. Drop those there as well. If you've got a birthday coming up or you want to say congrats to a graduate, There's so many big graduations going on right now. I'm just so excited for all these kiddos. Drop them. We'll pull them up on the screen. We'll read them at the end of the show. And a heads up, we've got a $50 Malibu Jack's gift card to give away today. So stick around for the Glow Night segment to find out how to enter. All right, guys, before we dig in, today's show is brought to you by TechTel. Phil, take it away.
Yes. Full disclosure, I'm a partner at TechTel. It's my day job when I'm not doing this or other things that I'll enjoy doing. So I've got skin in the game, so I'll keep it short. TechTel's an Elizabethtown business tech company, and there are two things I want local business owners watching to know this about. One, manage cybersecurity for small businesses. We do all of it. Help you manage your multi-factor email, inbox protection backups. What would actually happen if you lost all your company's data? Well, if you had us as your cybersecurity managed service provider, you'd be okay. And stuff happens all the time. We see it every day. And two, cloud voice with an AI, receptionist, and analytics. Your business phone is in the cloud. It used to be just a phone on your desk. Now it's a phone on your desk, and it also can be controlled by AI that can help you free up some of that valuable time that you have that nobody else can give you back other than yourself. So if either of those give you I should look into that. You can check us out at techtel.net, or better, text or call me directly, 270-505-8002. That's 270-505-8002. And that's all I have for you guys. On with the show.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. All right. Summer's here, so let's talk about it. Quick frame for today before we get rolling. School is out across Hardin County. Most of our districts wrapped up last week. And of course, Memorial Day was yesterday, which is the unofficial kickoff to summertime. So we built today's show around that. Summer in Hardin County. One of my very favorite things. I look forward to this time of year. If you're a parent already doing the math on how many days of summer you have to fill, we've got you. Phil's Malibu Jack segment is the indoor beat the heat or survive the rain play. Jon's events have a week's worth of free and low-cost stuff, and Britten and Michele found a brand new pizza truck worth chasing down. And one housekeeping note, we're back to our new normal Tuesday at 1 o'clock schedule all summer. Same time, same place every week. So you'll still see our faces. We're not going anywhere. All right, guys, I got a little icebreaker for you all to get us started. Of course, school's out and summer's officially on, so this one is an easy and fun one. So Scott, do you want to give us the question?
Yeah, so one thing that I always love to do with summer is to try to schedule some type of vacation. And so it kind of got me thinking, for everyone here watching, what is one summer tradition that your family does every single year that your kids would ride over, skip it?
I'll tell you mine. We go to the same beach, Belair, Florida. We go stay in the same house. And it's right around the same days. It's like mid-July every single year. And it's just a bunch of girls, girls only with our kiddos. And my boys look forward to it. And they start asking about it in January. Like, when do we go to the beach? When are we going to the beach? So that's our summer holiday tradition. So
I know that we have, my family, we have ours coming up. I think it's actually this weekend. And usually we go to like a lake around the area. I think we usually go to Rough River or Nolan and get a cabin, Airbnb. It's kind of like a staycation because a lot of my sisters live far away. But now we're doing it for real staycation because of how dry it is down at I guess Rough River Lake. The water doesn't even come up to the Airbnb. So we're doing it at the farm in Cecilia this weekend. So, but my kids and my nephews and nieces, they're all excited about it.
Nate, do you do anything?
Yeah, I got my love of travel from my parents. Every summer we would go somewhere, and because I was an athlete, although not a very good one, Britten knows about the time of year, the dead period, June 25th through July 9th, which is most of the time, hey, coaches get off, assistant coaches get off, trainers, medical school. That's the time you went. And then now my younger brother is at LaRue County, so that's kind of time he goes too. So every summer, June 25th to July 9th, we would probably go, usually Panama City Beach, but we did Gatlinburg a couple times, then Orlando a couple times, stayed at Edgewater Beach Resort in Panama more often than I can count. Quick, unshameless plug here, but knowing where we live, we know what's about to hit. Memorial Day means sports park. And sports park means people need something to do, and we can tell that Malibu Jack's is going to be their busy time of year. Anytime I travel, I was always miniature golfing. I think I played every single course in Panama City Beach, hands down. I played most of them in Gatlinburg, most of them in Pigeon Forge. Still need to hit up Scooby-Doo.
Nice.
But places like that, Extreme, Cosmic Golf, and especially Malibu Jack's, they've been great for the community, and I don't think we would have them if it wasn't for the sports park that brought in all the people first. And we saw we could have success with these types of businesses if we'll support them too.
Yep, I agree.
You have anything, Sam? What do you guys do?
My son and I actually do like a summer bucket list every year, and I list at least like 30 to 50 of things that we want to do. So I just kind of cross them off, but that's kind of what we do every single year. We just think of things to do, and we love to travel. And he's in travel ball right now, so that takes up most of our time right now until July 1st.
All right. We'll hear more from Sam here in a few minutes. Thank you, Sam.
All right, John, Britten, you guys got anything to add to the conversation?
We didn't have anything that we did every time. No, just we'd go to the beach every once in a while, but it wasn't like the same thing every time. My parents would do more snowbird stuff in the wintertime. They'd go down there. We'd visit on the winter break. That was a nice getaway. But yeah, nothing like every summer right now.
Yeah, with us being with my family being in the restaurant business and it being the peak tourist season in Western Kentucky, we didn't go anywhere or do anything ever. You know, a lot of people don't realize that business ownership, depending on the type of business you're in, means that you might get a day off a week if you're closed, but then it just, kind of does that, and that kind of carries over from Michele and I. We've traveled for some of our shows and stuff, but as far as it's a very tough challenge to be able to take a chunk of time and be able to bounce out and go do some things. So,
yeah.
But occasionally, now one thing that we do is if we get a chance, we might take do like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and take go do a quick trip somewhere, go to Cincinnati, go to Indianapolis, something like that. We don't have a whole lot of traditions, and let's be honest too, Rachel, you've got a lot of different situation. Phil, you also, because of the age of kids, I've had drivers the whole time for like the last 4 or 5 years. So I mean, I'm the last person that summer's going to hang out with.
Well, awesome. Well, audience, drop your comments. We want to know what's your summer family tradition that your family will not skip. It is a non-negotiable. We want to hear it. The bucket list idea, Sam, you're the second person to mention that. That is happening tonight. I got my boys and we're going to sit down and make a bucket list. So I will be copying that. So what other things should we be considering as we're making our summer plans? Drop your comments. We'll pull those up. All right, everyone. We've actually got a live guest. We've introduced her. So Sam is here with us today. And Phil, I know this is one you've been waiting for a while. Do you want to bring and introduce your guest to everyone?
Yeah. There we go. Hey, Sam, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? Hi, guys.
Hello.
Good to see ya. I think I got pretty much everybody still on screen, guys. We don't usually have this many people on screen, so it's hard to keep everybody on screen at the same time. But I do think just because we weren't arguing, we were joking about it earlier, and there's a couple people that aren't on there, and I'm the one that's not on here, even though I'm doing the interview. So I'm gonna have to make a quick change to the screen.
You can kick me off. It's okay.
I'm gonna leave.
No, I just messaged you, kick me off, and put yourself up there.
Oh, are we going to have a vote on it now? We should have the audience vote. No, we won't do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first person that said I could, and I'm going to leave your audio off. Actually, Britt, you haven't even said anything. You're still muted. So I'll leave you. I'll hide you, and I'll leave your audio on, though. That way you can still chime in if you want to. And I know Nate's like a big Malibu Jack's fan, so I want him on this one, So we're going to keep you there. And before we get started, before we get started, I just want to say hello to Carrie, one of our favorite viewers. She always comments every week. We love it. It makes us feel seen. We hope that everybody else will comment too. And hello on this rainy Tuesday, everybody. I know it's not the greatest, and it's been rainy all week. We also have Sharon, who said Bussin Pizza, who we'll be talking about later. We'll be at the farmer's market, rain or shine, today at 5 p.m. And we got Daphne It's saying, please come check out Spice and Ice food truck soon. So we'll have to figure that one out too. I haven't heard it. I haven't been to that one yet.
They're be there tonight too, Phil.
They'll be there tonight.
Introduced to her at the food truck festival. She was just launching.
They'll be at the fairground one. Is that right?
Yeah, she was just launching
at the farmers market tonight.
Okay, great. So let me get to my place. All right. I'm excited about this one. School's out, and it is about to be 100 degrees, which I'm not that excited about. It is, and I want to talk about a spot that a lot of Hardin County families are going to be living at this summer, maybe, Malibu Jack's right here in Elizabethtown. They've got the first ever event coming up, glow event ever coming up that we'll get to. But first, I wanted everybody who's never walked in the door to know what this place actually is. Joining us live is Samantha, the sales and outreach coordinator at Malibu Jack's Etown. Sam, welcome to Hardin Local.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be on your guys' podcast. So thank you so much.
Yeah. And now you don't have to be nervous because I already completely screwed up. So, you can screw up all you want. You won't screw up more than I just did. For somebody who has never set foot in Malibu Jack's, give us the elevator version. What is Malibu Jack's in Etown?
So Malibu Jack's is a massive indoor park. We feature all ages. We have go-karts, laser tag, duck pin bowling, mini golf, arcade games, and rods. And it caters from toddler all the way up to adults. So we host corporate events. We do birthday parties, family outings. I mean, we pretty much have it all here at Malibu Jack's.
All right. And the key thing for summer, it's all indoor and climate controlled, right? So when it's 100 degrees out or raining, the kids are climbing the walls, they don't have to climb the walls at your house. They can come climb your all's walls. Well, some of them, right? At Malibu Jack's.
Right. Absolutely.
What's the age that it really hits? And is there stuff for the parents, or are they just there holding their cups, eating some snacks?
No, I actually bring my son here all the time, and I love riding the go-kart. So there's literally for every single age, it's absolutely perfect. There's a little bit of everything. So, like I said, I do the go-karts. We have one of the biggest tracks and very fast carts. So I say it would cater to everybody, toddlers all the way up to your grandparents.
Honest answer for a family with little kids who don't want to fight the crowd. What's the move? What's the best time to come there?
I would say right as we open. So that would be definitely the best time, especially when everybody is back to school. We are a little bit slower during the days, or anytime like after 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday when everybody's at school. Those are kind of the best times to come to Malibu Jack's with little ones.
And in the summer, is there a better time, or is it just kind of, you just gotta, it's a big place, right? So it doesn't really get that busy.
It definitely gets very, very busy, but I would say as soon as we open.
As soon as you open. And those summer hours, we'll make sure they're on the website. I think we confirmed them.
Yes.
I think you open at 11 on most weekdays. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. Starting June 1st, we'll open at 11 a.m. And then on Sundays, we'll open at noon.
Okay. All right, let's get over to the big event, which we have up here in the corner. You can actually scan that QR code, and it'll take you to buy tickets from their website if you want to. Yeah, it's right there. You can also go to the website MalibuJacksEtown.com, which is where it's going to take you to. But so for the summer home base, now the reason you've got a buzz going, Family Glow Nights. This is the first for the Etown location, and you're doing it with other locations, which,
yes, we are.
That's pretty cool too. So give us the full rundown on what Family Glow Night's all about.
So Family Glow Night, man, I'm so proud of this event. It's taken 2 months in the making. It's the first of its kind, and I have proposed it to the corporate, and other Malibu Jacks will be doing it as well. So I'm super excited. But I'm very passionate about creating events here at Malibu Jack's that bring everybody together. And so we're going to be having a live DJ. I have 3 giant balloon arches. We'll have photo ops, kind of like TikTok wall. We have an airbrush by Eddie coming. So I'm very excited. The lights will be turned off. And it's just going to create like a party, like an atmosphere. Just very, very, I don't know. I'm just super excited. It's going to be amazing.
It sounds exciting. I know it's a DJ, and I'm pretty sure it's DJ James Hummel, who I've known him since I was a kid. I grew up in church with him, and he's great DJ, especially for any event, but especially for this type of event. And we've had Eddie Milburn on the show too, and he does a great job. The kids love what he does.
His work is absolutely phenomenal.
And he's just an artist that most people, I think, are starting to realize is local to here. But I'm glad that he'll be there doing that because I know the kids will love that. So why a glow night? Why glow night and why now?
Why? I think because I enjoy like glow in the dark stuff. I think it's very catchy with all ages, and it just creates a different environment. Yes, we're an indoor park, but I wanted to bring something different, and that was like the first thing on my mind when I was thinking about events was how can we create an experience and not just like your normal everyday, hey, we just came to Malibu Jack's. Like it's all about the experience. So I wanted everybody to just experience something different. And Glow Night was just the first thing on my mind. So I've seen it done at different schools and other places. And who doesn't like neon stuff, right? You get to face paint, all over your own face and wear cool shirts that are bright. So I think the kids love it, but adults will too. And I to host it.
Great. So now let's talk a little bit about how to come, tickets pricing, and what to wear. Here's what I was thinking is the smart part for those 3 hours. It's a limited attraction plus arcades are all included, right? It's just not the ticketing for the games, but it's all included. So walk us through how much the tickets are. And I think you have VIP and general admission.
Yes. So for general admission, it's going to be $25, and that will get you into the door. That will give you a little goodie bag. But that's 3 hours of unlimited attractions and arcade, which is a great price. And then for VIP, it will kind of be similar to general admission. The only difference is there will be some swag in there. So we have like glow in the dark, like a light up water bottle and some other fun things that will be going in there as well. And those tickets are $35. And then we have 4 and under. Those tickets will be $12. And then if you're not participating, you're more than welcome to still come in and enjoy the atmosphere.
Okay. So parents that don't want to participate, they can come for free. And then I think you said VIP includes a meal ticket as well, right?
Oh,
I don't know if you mentioned that.
Thank you. No, I did not. Yes, it does come with the meal ticket as well.
Okay, cool. And like I said, we have this QR code up here that'll take you to their ticketing website. So you can scan that. We'll also make sure that the website link is on our events page, which I think it already is. If not, it'll be on there by the time we're done with this show. So, but you said the best place to buy tickets is online at MalibuJacksEtown.com, right?
Yes, absolutely. And you can also come in and purchase tickets as well. So we've had a lot of people coming in lately because they're already here and we have marketing. I mean, the signs are everywhere about our Glow event. So they've been purchasing tickets at the counter as well.
Okay. All right. And there is limited capacity. So your best bet's to buy ahead. That way you just make sure you don't miss out, especially if you really want to bring your kids. You know how kids get if you say you're going and then oops, forgot to get tickets. So we always highly suggest you buy those ahead of time or they wouldn't offer them ahead of time. So what should families wear to the Glow?
Oh, neon bright color. Glow paint is highly encouraged. You can also do a white t-shirt or even black. But just come all decked out. I just want everybody to have a great time. I promise you guys don't want to miss this.
All right. So here's the bottom line. Malibu Jack's in Elizabethtown is your indoor beat the heat family spot, not just on June 11th, but all summer too. The family glow night will be June 11th, 6 to 9. You're not going to miss it if you watch us. We'll be talking about it again next week and one last time the couple days before. But tickets and everything you need are at MalibuJacksEtown.com. Sam, thank you for coming on. We're pumped for this
guys.
one. And before we let you go, just want to tee up that we're going to be giving away a $50 Malibu Jack gift card.
Yes, we are.
And And the way that you can get entered into that is to comment on this stream and then comment on next week's stream for another vote. And the week before too. Every time you comment, yeah, you'll get, there he goes. He has one there, but it's a $50 and somebody's going to get it. Might as well be, well, I'm not going to quote somebody else's slogan, but, go ahead and get a comment and just say Malibu Jack's in the comment. And then that way we know you want to be entered into that. You can, and that's how we're going to do it. So just for the next 3 weeks, everybody that comments Malibu Jacks on the stream will be entered into the drawing to win the $50 gift card. So anything else that I missed, Sam, or are we good?
No, I think we covered everything. Just, I can't wait to see everybody out on June 11th. It's a couple days before my birthday, so I'm so excited. So everybody come celebrate, and I will see you guys on June 11th.
All right, we'll see you, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Phil, does it count if I go comment Malibu Jacks?
No, but you can't.
I want to be entered. I just put it on my calendar, actually. Our family will be in attendance.
Yeah,
right.
but you definitely do that if you want to. Everybody just do it. We won't even limit. Well, we should probably limit ourselves, just because.
It's okay. I was
Make it
supposed to be
fair.
kidding. I'll buy my ticket. It's fine. But I'm super pumped about that. Well, speaking about getting out this summer, Jon's got a packed week ahead, which I'm so excited about. I've already been perusing and making notes. So, Jon, share with us what's on Hardin County's calendar for this week.
All right. Yeah, we do have a packed week. It is soggy out there, so you always want to make sure that the events that we're talking about are still going to be happening if it's raining. The food truck event tonight, though, that was talked about. Bussin Pizza is going to be there. The Spice and Ice will be there as well. Farmers Market food truck roundup. It'll be out there 5 to 8, I believe. They got a little area that's kind of covered, so you can kind of hang and hover under that if it is raining. Also, there's Volunteer Tuesday that's on Springs today. Again, that may not be rain or shine, so check on their spot to see if that is happening or not. Tomorrow, though, we've got the Faith Volleyball Camp from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It runs through May 27th through May 29th at College Heights Church, ages 8 to 14. So if you got family or anybody that wants to play a little volleyball, ages 8 to 14, and learn a little bit at the camp, that's $100. That's faith-based volleyball skill development. There's also lunch on the lawn with Call Your Title, 11 a.m. It's going to be at 232 West Poplar Street. Open air networking lunch hosted by Call Your Title Company with local food vendors, free for realtors and lenders with a current business card. Thursday, I'm excited about this one. This one, I bought my ticket as soon as it was out there for reservation. I've been talking to Thomas over at Street Kitchen. He works over there. He's putting on a Pearl Clutch Raw Bar pop-up at Straight and Narrow this Thursday. It's going to be freshly shucked oysters. Your ticket gets you a half dozen, 3 West Coast, 3 East Coast, all prepared to complement those flavor profiles. If you don't have a reservation, get you one. This event will sell out for sure. I know that the 6:30 bar time is sold out. Van Winkle and the Spirits, again, weather permitting, will be at the Tavern in the Gardens, 6 p.m. to 9 at the Brown Pusey House. Free live bluegrass concert. And it's a wonderful series. You can get a drink for any of the bars or anything around. Take it to the events. They also have beer and wine available. So if you like a little whiskey or a little bit of cocktail, they don't serve those, but you can get those at any of the surrounding places. Bird Barrel Tavern is one of those. But JR Neighbors, any of the other spots down here, you can grab one too. Live music with Dylan West from 6 p.m. to 9 at Heartland Mini Golf. Central Kentucky singer-songwriter. There's going to be food out there, drinks, mini golf, all those little yard games that are fun to play out there. And that music. Karaoke will be at BBT with DJ Jimmy on the 1s and 2s on Thursday. So that's a fun little time also. If you're of age and like to sing or hear people sing, come on out. We would love to have you. Friday, there's the Connect event at Elizabethtown Business Networking at 8:30 to 9:30 at Shoney's. That is AM, not PM. No fees, no commitments. Just kind of hang out and meet some other people in the area. Couples night, picnic and paint from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at She and Co. Salon backyard. It's 30 per couple. Art supplies are provided, blankets, mocktails, and a photo backdrop. Ashomatic Party Planning is putting that on. Class of 2026, the Bay Block Party. Like you're hitting off the golf tee. Out at Cosmic Golf, 6 p.m. Activity is going to start at 6:30. Graduation theme party with DJ James Hummel. We just talked about him. He's going to be out there at the Glow party at Malibu Jack's. I know my special lady friend's going to love that Glow party where I'm going to have to buy VIP tickets for that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time out there at the party. Brunch like a rich auntie cooking class at the Clean Good Eats. It's going to be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Elevated brunch dishes and entertaining at home. So you can learn all that and impress all those people in your family that don't think you can cook. Trey Mac Live is going to be up at the Saber and Quill doing a little comedy. 6 p.m. or 6:30 is the door. Shows at 7:30. It's $10 in advance, 15 at the door. So if you want to have a little bit of musical comedy in your life, head on up there. Nothing to Some is going to be playing at BBT Friday night. So come on out. It's going to be live music, delicious drinks, cold beer, and delicious and tasty whiskey. Saturday, we got a lot going on. There's a community yard sale, 9 a.m. at the Radcliffe First Assembly of God. Community yard sale with concessions. Vendor spaces are available. Its cost is the 10% of the sales. So you got to give a little bit of that money back if you want to sell some stuff. Give it a go fun ride at 10 a.m. To 12 p.m. at Saunders Springs. So beginner friendly mountain biking hosted by the Meade County Otters mountain bike team. Open from 5th to 12-year-old grade students. So not grade, age, but those grades. So if you're right before middle school into high school, you want to learn how to do a little mountain biking, they have extra bikes available, so you don't have to have a bike. So head up there and check that out if you've ever been interested. The grand opening of the Spellbound Blossom is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grand opening is going to be inside She and Co. here on Dixie Highway. They are really moving and doing some fun stuff there. It's got a lot of herbs, some salts for baths, all that fun kind of crystals and all that good stuff. So if you are interested in that stuff, they will be available. There's a hike at Buffalo Lake. I love Buffalo Lake. It's just right kind of stone's throw from where I'm at right now. I love going out there. 10 a.m. There's a hike happening. It's the Louisville Hiking Club. It's a guided hike, Haycraft Mill, Cave Springs, and Buffalo Lake Trails. It's a moderate 4 to 6 mile hike, so not too crazy. But they'll also be having meal at the social food hall afterwards. So they get all the Maillard, wasabi, or street kitchen options over there. There's an Asia and Pacific Island Heritage Celebration from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Hardin County Public Library. Really cool opportunity to learn about some other cultures and language exploration. They got a story time activities, ages 5 to 8. There's live music, Colton Kai's out at the Cosmic Golf at 8:30. Live late night music, drinks, and the golf bays are always open. So rain or shine, you can smack those balls out there. Close Enough will be here at Bourbon Barrel Tavern Saturday night. They've been one of our greatest players and bands have been here. It's kind of a smaller set of Grafenberg, so it's close enough to Grafenberg, but not really. So if you like Grafenberg, come on out and enjoy Close Enough. And Sunday, this is a pretty cool thing if you're in that area and really want to talk about the growth of Vine Grove. There's a community conversation with Councilwoman Selena Hudson at 5 p.m. at the Stater Bed and Breakfast. So public listening session on growth, childcare, infrastructure, small business, recreation, and youth activities in Vine Grove. Super important. If you want your voice heard, if you want your community to be more of what you want, you need to be there and be heard.
Great job, Jon. Great job.
All right. That was fun. Yeah.
I think so. So first week of summer, and there's already live music nearly every night. For a family trying to kick the summer off this weekend on a budget, what's the move, you think? What's the thing that's like more affordable, that's actually worth getting everybody out the door for if the weather's nice.
I really like the hike. I'm a big hiker. I love hiking anyways, but it's down here. You don't have to go the full hike. You just go a little bit if you want to just get out there. Check out the nature area that they have on that Buffalo Trail. So they built up a area that kind of has some wildflowers and some other like natural things that are out there and to this area. And again, you can go the full 4 to 6 miles, but if not, turn back and then come eat at the food hall. Because again, great food there always. Like I said, I'll be there, going there here and after this and get me a burger.
All right. I think we're going to skip the rest of the questions, Rachel, and just move on. That way we have time and we don't run into a problem with Nate's section.
Thank you, Jon. I appreciate you sharing all those with us. I've got the hike marked down on my calendar as well. I think the boys will love that. So we are going to be next up with Nate Bryan. He's got a lot of fun stuff to go over this week. So Nate, I'm going to let you take it away.
Starting off, something, I believe Etown was also honored about this last year, I believe. But U.S. News and World Report, which is pretty unbiased as it gets. They just use straight raw data. They're not doing polls or stuff like that or likes or comments. This is just straight data. New report. WHS also reported on this. The report evaluated 250 cities in the U.S. And yes, Etown does qualify for a city. We're not a town. So stop it. Etown came in number 1 in the Kentucky again. I believe the second year in a row. Best place to live. Top 127 nationally, which is like, okay, you're not in the top 100, but you know how many cities there are in the country? I'm pretty sure there's over 1,000 just in California alone. So to come up there is very good because we're above some other cities people have heard of. It was also named the number 171 best place to retire in America. Number cited is population a little less than 33,000. Median age is 36.8, so I'm old. Median household income, 60,366. I love those sixes. Home value, 254,813. I'll ask Rachel about that if that seems what we're thinking. Median monthly rent, $774, which people would love to see that. Average commute, 17 minutes, which means probably people are working in Etown, Radcliffe, staying around here. AOL Finance also touched about Etown's. Hold on. Etown's Finance also touched about. AOL Finance also touched about this. That said you could retire in Etown as one of the top 14 southern cities and the only one in Kentucky on $1,425 a month or less rent wise. So Rachel, I know that usually you deal with sales of more than rent, but people are keep on asking me the number one comments, where are they getting these numbers coming from? Because they would love to see what they're saying. Granted, it says median and people keep forgetting that part.
Yeah, and there is enough of all rentals across the board. I mean, of course, you have those higher, newer. We had so many that just popped up, and so the rent on those is higher. But I think there is a huge amount of the lower end as well. So, I don't know exactly where they pull those because obviously there isn't, like we have the MLS, which is pretty easy to pull like your average sale price of, the outliers, of course, for sale by owners, but you don't have a database for rentals. So it is interesting. I would love to dig into where they got that number. I would estimate that number is closer to, on average, $850 to between $850 and like $1,000 would probably be average rent. That seems a little low, but once again, I think there is enough of both price points. You just have to be willing to find it. But it is interesting because 774 is a very specific number. They found that number.
It also shows, I think, that, we think Etown's gotten a higher price. Obviously, we used to have really low gas, and now everybody's $4 plus. But it also shows if Etown 774, we're still the lowest, people really haven't looked around at Louisville, Lexington, Richmond, Georgetown, Paducah, Oldham County, which we know is high. That said, hey, if you think we're high, you may want to look outside the market a little bit. I don't know if you ever showed them, say, okay, this is what your house is going to cost you in XX town. But
and something to keep in mind, I do think, it's possible that this is average rent rates just because all the new apartments that came have forced older existing units that haven't been updated to drop their rent rates to compete. And so this actually could be very close. If you think about, because with that many brand new units coming in that are averaging anywhere from And I've seen them drop their rent rates as well. They were starting out at 17, 16, 15, and I've seen them as low as 13, giving away 2 free months. So anyway, and then you think about all the existing rentals that have had to kind of decrease their rent rates just to maintain occupancy.
And you also want to think about like the people that they're writing to, their audience, like where they're sending this to. Because I was standing outside of the hotel Saturday night talking to some guy that had moved to Kentucky from California, and his perspective is super cheap,
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not just writing to locals who are like, oh, that's not quite right, which I agree with you guys. I think these prices are a little low because Etown has got more expensive, but still, it's good thing.
Average median home value, which I mentioned, it dropped just a tiny bit. It was at like 310 and now we're down to like 298. But so that number is a little lower than what.
I would bet that maybe this was pulled last year, so this is going into 2026. And it says 254,000, which is a significant drop of what we're looking at. So could it be possible that they pulled those numbers from just through 2025, and then that's the number that they use for 2026 rankings?
Potentially, I'm not sure where they did their research or what numbers they pulled specifically. That's not what, of course, if you look different places, I don't know where they're pulling their information from. It's not what the Heart of Kentucky has been showing. And I would estimate that you'd have to go back a little ways further than probably, late December, early January to try to find numbers that match that. I'd say you'd have to go even further back.
But either way, it still shows that Etown is, well, they also mentioned the fact that we're close to Bluegrass Parkway, I-65, which will be fun in the next couple of weeks. Close to Louisville. We're a very reasonable place to live.
Yeah. I 100%.
Just I've been to California. I went to California during COVID. The gas was $4 a gallon dead. So I see the prices at Publix in Orlando and Panama City Beach. So you think it's bad here, you may want to get out a little bit. Speaking of getting out, a place you'll be able to go without getting out of your car soon. I love the brain segue. 7 Brew. I can't imagine Rachel's ever going to go. 7 Brew Coffee is coming. It's a lot like Scooters on Mulberry or Dutch Brothers. It's drive-through only. You're not going in and sitting there and using the Wi-Fi and drinking your pop macalata, whatever you call these things, because I know nothing about coffee. The fences are up. It's basically between Wendy's and Shoney's. It's a former Cracker Barrel parking lot. I do not know if it will have access to Mulberry. That seems like it might be dangerous to put something else just like that right there, because especially trying to turn into that from if you're coming from, say, the interstate. But I don't have a timetable when they open. I don't have a timetable of when they're going to start hiring, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this year. I mean, we know Dutch Brothers went up pretty fast. We know Scooters went up pretty fast. And it's just a host of more coffee places on the way. If you want your coffee, you're in luck. You got Starbucks coming to Kroger's. You've got Human Being coming to Publix. You've got this. We've got another Scooters coming to near John Hart. You've got Sweet Spot Donuts and Coffee going to Buford Lane, where a new just opened up. Saw that on Facebook today. So a new just opened up to try them out in that building. So if you want coffee, it's on the way. But now things that aren't on the way. Boo! I know this is going to disappoint my feminine viewership, but Chicken Salad Chick is now saying 2027. And still no announced location, address, or building for Elizabethtown. I mean, yes, they did plan to be open in 2026. Now they're saying 2027. I have no clue where they're going. I've heard various rumors. I have zero clue. But obviously they haven't broken ground anywhere. Yummy Bowl, Mongolian Stir Fry. They have one in Louisville. They said last week they have no information about their announced Etown location. It does show on their website that they're coming. Unlike Chicken Salad Chick, Yummy Bowl does show Elizabethtown, but that's all they show. So nothing coming soon. So I would imagine that that's probably not the mall. That's probably not Lincoln Center. That's probably not the K-pop building, because you would think that there'd be some sort of movement that we could probably see. And although I love downtown, it looks like somebody was not coming downtown. Volstead, they are award-winning out of Bardstown. They had bought the Iglesia Lavina Spanish Church on Mulberry. Beautiful building. I mean, I've been in there before. I know they used it during, I think, Heartland Harvest Fest for a stage, or maybe the Cruise in the Heartland. John may probably remember more. They've used it for a couple things. Obviously, a church. I've seen weddings there. They say they no longer have current plans for the building. I do not know if it's going to go back on the market. This is, if you're looking it up, it's Volstead, and Iglesia Lavina is the church that bought, but I took pictures of it. It's a gorgeous building. And haven't been to the thing in Louisville. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. There's a Mexican place in Louisville that bought a church. I think it's known for tacos.
It's super cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people knew about it. I haven't been there. Tacos really aren't my thing, but I think that would be a good use. I'm sure somebody will find a use for this place because I would think it would be a shame just to let it go to waste.
Yeah, call me.
I'm sure somebody will get it.
Building. Yeah.
Do the Volstead people actually own the property?
I thought they did. They said they closed on it back in July.
They bought it. Yeah, they bought it. Yeah.
But I haven't seen any movement on it at all. I don't know if they're going to sell it. I don't know if they plan on continuing to own it. I don't know what the plan is. I just know that they no longer do that. But at the same time, John, as somebody who's been downtown, it's not hard to find a drink downtown.
And not necessarily even that, though. I mean, it's just that the niche of what they do versus, I mean, so there's BBT, obviously. We were the first bar in Etown since Prohibition. Be 11 years this year. But then there's also the Straight and Narrow. They don't focus on bourbon. They do more cocktails, which is great. Wine also, big plus for them. But then there's Revival that is vintage whiskey. There's going to be another speakeasy that's opened up inside Social Food Hall that is kind of a vintage whiskey spot, cocktail spot. I think they probably looked at it and said, "Oh, okay, maybe this isn't the best idea for this area, just because it is getting, like I said, outside oversaturated." Right.
Plus,
now,
you got Hub House as a bar. The courthouse is supposed to have a bar.
Yep. I mean, all these spots, and they'll focus on bourbon. I think a lot of them, and I think that's the thing. It's when they focus on the same thing where it's already kind of. I'm not bustling busy every day, so it's kind of like hard to stress that out amongst 8 other bars.
That makes sense.
This just hit my inbox. Sabor Cubano. I know Britt's already checked it out. Their grand opening is this weekend. It's on my Facebook page. Good for them. I like what they've done with the building. I'm not a huge Cuban. I'm very plain. Chicken fish, pizza, steak. That'll cover me. But I will check it out. I'd say Britt's been there. I'm sure he'll go again. But they're opening this weekend. Check my Facebook page for more information about that. And I know they're excited.
Hey, Nick, do you have time for us to run through these?
Yeah, we can run through this. I'll run it really quickly.
All right. I'm going to pull it up on screen. But you can start on it.
Some of them.
So I started putting this together a little while ago. I just updated it today. Big thanks to a friend of the show, Erin Cundiff at the Etown group, because she put a lot of this together. I think I've saved 50 different flyers in this thing, and Phil's been nice enough to organize it even better than I did. So if you go to hardinlocal.com, Hardin County Summer Camp, first camp actually starts tomorrow. John mentioned it. That's the volleyball camp posted by Faith. But we have a ton, and like way more than ever I grew up with. Entrepreneur, they have that. Beauty, they have that. Cookie, they have that. Scouts, we have that. Sky's the Limit has something. There's a free one, which I know parents love free. So June 11th, I'll throw this one out there. Mitchell Henry Youth Football Camp. June 11th, K through 6, because obviously once you hit high school, you've got different rules. Free at the Etown High School Football Stadium, honoring the late EKU, WKU NFL football player Mitchell Henry. Spaces is limited. And then I think one of the other bigger ones is Sky's the Limit. They run quite a bit as far as not just 3 days in a row, but that goes on. But
that one's not free, but it's a marquee pick from the website. It is
definitely a marquee.
Yeah, just so you know.
Yeah, so if you want your kids to have fun and jump around, because Sky's the Limit has all sorts of stuff. They've remodeled, they've revamped. We've highlighted them before, but yeah, that's definitely different. I agree with him that's a pick, because you're not going to. It's not just kick around a soccer ball or do the stuff that you're going to see. This Sky's the Limit is definitely different. We're glad that we have them in the community. Sports, softball, soccer, football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, martial arts. And
we have it all on the website too. I know we're in a crunch time, so guys, Nate's gonna hit a couple, but you're just gonna have to go to hardinlocal.com and click on the summer camp guide.
Yeah, Phil's got it great. You see my thing, I've got it by date, but Phil's got it by sport and everything else, which is fantastic. Phil did a great job with this. Go to this. I think it's a 9-page PDF. You can see how good that one looks compared to my plain text on my Facebook. So art camp. We've got art camp, academic camp, and also there was a drama camp. So if you're looking for something, it's probably there. And I want to thank Phil again for uploading and doing all that, because I did not.
Yes. And wait, you're welcome. And I thank you for putting it all together. It would have taken me forever to gather all that information. But I do think some of these art camps are really cool. Birdie's Art Camp, Rageous Adventure Summer Art Camps out in Glendale. And also some good cooking ones from EC.
Which I wish I learned how to cook when I was younger. I can't use them.
Yeah, and a lot of these are starting in June too. So you know, you got to check it out soon so you can have time to figure out which ones you want to do. There's also beauty and fashion with, and like you said, some STEM and academic, which I think a lot of parents like to see. Central Hardin Academic Teen Summer Camp, and a few other things.
ECTC right? Pathfinder's got some stuff too.
Yeah, and as you guys can see, we're showing it on screen too for you guys, so you can know. You can just go look at it because, like I said, we don't have time to cover all these. But and so anyway, thank you, Nate, for putting it together.
Yep, I gotta go. See y'all.
All right, let me play your jingle before you go.
It's business buzz.
Thank you, Nate. The timing of today's episode could not be more perfect. I'm assuming most of us parents woke up this morning thinking, "Oh my gosh, it's summer," and I haven't planned for this yet. So I'm so excited. The summer camp list that you put together, Phil, that's excellent. I will be digging into that with the boys' dad and seeing what we want to sign up for, because we will do that. All right, guys. Well, it is time for my Hardin County housing market update. All right, guys. So I'm going to be always presented from the Heart of Kentucky Association of Realtors, MLS, focused specifically on the last week, May 19th through May 26th. Of course, some of the stuff that I bring to you is over the last 30 days. So we had 30 new listings come to the market last week. 9 homes overall went under contract, which is a slower week than we've had statistically since January. I haven't seen a week that slow in a while, but what that kind of indicates, and as I talk about a little further, we had a very busy week last week. Kiddos getting out of school. There's lots of graduation parties happening. People are just not in the mindset of buying right now. So that, I think that shows. We did have 26 families close on their new homes. So congratulations to all of you guys. As I mentioned, there is a decline in pending activity. But of course, we had Memorial Day weekend, we had school dismissals, graduations, and this is about the time of year that people start going on seasonal travel plans. Historically, weeks like this can temporarily disrupt housing activity as families shift focus towards summer schedules and holiday events. At the same time, we also saw interest rates increase. So I mentioned this last week, they are in the same place as they were this week. We've got FHA, VA, USDA, those are in the low 6s, with conventional being in the high 6s. So I think you couple both of those things together. I told you all last week I would be monitoring the interest rates to see if they impacted the housing market. And at first glance, it is. Of course, we'll know more as we monitor going forward, but we did see that little bit of a slowdown. Of course, I'll continue monitoring closely. We did have a healthy amount of closings, which tells us that transactions in motion are continuing to move through the pipeline consistently. Average days on market over the last 30 days, we have been on a steady decline now for weeks. Of course, as you can tell, with only 9 going pending, we had a bump up. This is actually the first bump here. You can see it in our graph. We have been trending down. We hit 72 days last week. We have gone back up to 74. That's still a relatively healthy pace, nothing to be concerned about, but it does suggest the market may be continuing its transition from kind of that rapid spring acceleration into a more stabilized strategic phase. And honestly, when we zoom out over the last several months, that's a broader story of the Hardin County market right now. We're kind of going into that stabilization. When I meet with sellers, I usually let them know that, hey, the best time to get your house on the market is early spring, because as we get into school getting out, people are traveling, there's just a lot going on over the summer. And historically, the market tends to just slow down a hair. It's just normalizing. It's nothing, I don't think at this stage, it's anything to be too concerned about. We're continuing to see inventory slowly build across the market. We have, Phil, if you'll scroll back up for me, there is all the way up here. Keep going. There we go. So 387 active homes on the market, which puts us at 3.5 months worth of inventory. 3.5 is slightly higher again. But of course, we had a very slow week last week, so that is to be understood there. But we did break these listings, these active homes, down into different categories just to kind of give you some understanding of the overall market. We'll jump to that here in just a second. I want to talk to you guys. We did have a little bit of a tightening of the gap. So average list price currently in the market is $364,151 with an average sold price of $1,116. So that list to sold gap closed just a hair. So now that's down to 31,000. So you can see our trend here. It's continuing to just tighten up a little bit. So that's great for sellers that are putting their homes on the market. You're closing the gap and people are getting more for their homes closer to that list price than we've seen in a while, as you can see here on the trend. Median sold price dropped just a hair to $290,000 in Hardin County. Pricing overall remains remarkably stable despite increasing borrowing costs. That tells us that underlying housing demand in Hardin County remains healthy. However, buyers are becoming significantly more payment sensitive and analytical. Of course, when interest rates goes up, those conversations are had and concerns, do we want to wait? So we might, I will be watching the interest rates closely to see if we have a dip, because I think there's probably buyers on the sidelines right now kind of holding off just to wait and see what happens with those interest rates. One of the clearest trends over the last several months is the market is no longer moving uniformly. So different price ranges are behaving almost like entire different economies. So we broke down, Phil had asked me to do this a couple weeks ago, and I actually really, really love it. So under 250,000 remains the strongest and fastest moving segment. Affordability pressure, it keeps demand strong from the first time buyers, FHA and VA buyers, and of course investors make up a large part of this buyer pool. So between under 250,000, we have 86 active homes on the market today with 65 days on market average. Between 250 and 400, this is the largest and healthiest segment. Though buyers are increasingly analytical in presentation, pricing, updates, condition, they matter a lot. We have 185 available homes in that category if you're shopping today, and the average days on market is 75. Then that bumps us up into what I consider the higher end of our market here in Hardin County. So it's anything 400,000 or above. You'll see here there's 116 homes available, and average days on market is 79. It's really not that far off between 250 and 400. So those homes are still moving, and there's a little less inventory there. So if you're listing in that 400 and up, I think you actually have a better chance of selling than you do between the 250 and 400, just based on amount of inventory. Then we move into our luxury division, which is anything over 800,000. This is a very small category, and it's very specific. It is its own economy entirely. Like when I sit down with luxury sellers, I explain to them, your experience in selling in this area is going to be totally different than anyone that's below that 800,000 mark. So we currently only have 14 luxury listings available in Hardin County. Active days on market, average days on market is 90, but that isn't a really great indicator of how long it actually takes to sell a luxury home. A lot of times those homes are pulled on and off the market to increase exposure. So I really think those average days on market, as I measure it, is more like you're probably double that. You're probably 180 days on market on average. Of course, we're in a seller-leaning market still. So, we ticked up slightly, but the market is really stable. It is truly a seller's market still. Anything below a 5 is considered a seller's market. So if you're considering selling, this little momentary dip we saw in the market conditions over the last week, I don't expect that to last. I think we're still in a very strong market condition. I would consider moving to the market as quickly as possible, because as we get later in the year, I do think that as kids go back into school, we'll see another dramatic slowdown between August, right around end of July, August, while parents are distracted with all of the school activities. So if you're considering selling, I think I would connect with an agent immediately, and I would push to get the house on the market over the next couple of weeks. because as we get closer to school going back into session, you'll see another slowdown. And then, of course, we head then into the holiday season. And the holidays are notoriously slow. Let's see here. Anything else I really want to give you guys? I think that's about what I want to share. We'll continue monitoring what interest rates and then, of course, all of the busyness of the summer season does to the overall market. But as we sit now, it's still a great time to sell. These are market-wise statistics. I know I mentioned this, and I get some pushback from people who are questioning the numbers. These are market-wide. So if you want numbers that are specific to your home, your neighborhood, give me a call. I'm happy to do that research for you for free. Maybe you just are curious and want to know what it looks like if you were to go to sell. My number's here on the screen. I'd be happy to talk to you and answer any questions you might have. All right, guys. That is your... All right. Britten and Michele, you guys excited to... I don't care whether you're excited or not. I'm excited. I cannot wait to hear about your experience at Bussin Pizza. So you guys went up to the Phillips Grove food truck rally. That was just a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
It was last week.
Oh,
and so yeah, and so it's funny for us because usually Tuesday nights are nights that we have our live sales here at the Red Brick, and so it's hard to get to go do the food trucks on Tuesdays just because of the hustle and bustle, because the shop doesn't close till 6. They shut down at 7. So, but it worked out to where we could get out there last week, and Raymond and Sharon had everything rocking and rolling, and I got to do a little tour of the truck, and man, I was impressed. It was pretty cool. Michele had sat down, and then we had a customer come in, so she may pop back in here in a second. We'll see. But I always love seeing people succeed. I love entrepreneurship, and I love it when somebody they've got a proven concept and they decide, I'm ready to try something new, and that's kind of what they've done. They've rolled out the concept of the truck. And it's funny because it's an actual food truck, but it's a little bit different than some of the standard. I don't know if I got that in the pictures or not. I can't remember. But I know that I think a lot of people in Hardin County, when they hear the nature of that Bussin, that brand, they have very high hopes, high expectations, and they don't know the quality that they're going to get. And that's I think that's definitely what what they've been able to deliver with Bussin Pizza.
We also like to comment that Sharon commented saying we Bussin Pizza, and Sharon loves our Hardin Local Crew. We love you guys too. So let's get this video.
So this is a premiere. Hey guys, Experience Leader here.
Go ahead.
This is a premiere, so I haven't posted this. This is actually going up at 3:00 this afternoon, promoting for their next time out, which was going to be tonight at the Hardin County Farmers Market. So this is a Hardin Local first. You guys get to go first today.
Well, thank you for that. I didn't even know it. That's awesome. All right, let's get it started.
We're at Phillips Grove at the food truck rally tonight. We'll come out here. We're going to see who all's here. There's a lot of trucks here, but we're going to visit a brand new truck. They're established veterans of the food truck game. They've won some championships with their truck, Bussin Bites, and now they have ventured into pizza. So let's go check out and see what they have for us at Bussin Pizza. All right, guys, this is Neapolitan style. It's going in the oven. It's literally been in about 60 seconds. That thing is 463 degrees. It says Celsius, so that means it's really freaking hot. Oh, 866 in Fahrenheit. Look at that. That's awesome. All right, guys, here we go. Fresh Neapolitan style pizza, Bussin Pizza. Brought to you by the people that bring you the Bussin Bites food truck. This here is the barbecue chicken. And then right here we have the pepperoni hot honey. I'm excited. You can't tell what they can do. We're eating out of the back of the truck because I couldn't wait to do this. I have let it cool off just a little bit. Look at the undercarriage on this thing. Absolutely crazy. They cook this pizza in about 90 seconds. From time they order to the time it cranks out in 9, it's 4 minutes total.
That's
barbecue
nuts.
Chicken.
So they have barbecue sauce on it too, Daddy-O? Like a barbecue chicken and purple onions?
And bacon.
And bacon?
It's chewy. It's got char. Good barbecue sauce. That's a good pizza.
Look at that. Beautiful.
So before we get to the next one, at 866 degrees.
That's what it was.
In 90 seconds is all it took?
Yep. And so
What's that heat actually do to the pizza? Is there something that it does when you heat it?
Well, Raymond kind of explained how they, making their dough in their process. They're making it from scratch in their kitchen. And so, if you notice in the oven, it's a dome. It's a gas-fired oven, but there are stones in there that the semolina flour goes on or the cornmeal goes on, and it helps it slide in and stuff. And those stones do the majority of the baking. So you have the heat going to the top of the oven that takes care of your toppings on the top of the pizza, but the stones are cooking it from it, so it's getting cooked from both sides. That's how you get the crisp and get the texture of the dough that you get from the chew and the bite and everything else. And so they have 2 ovens running. So I mean, I don't know what their capacity is officially yet, but I mean, I was pretty impressed from the time that the order goes in to the time the pizza's in the box and setting up ready to go is 4 minutes. Now, obviously, I could say I'm not going to guarantee you that you get 4 minutes every time, because if they get 15 pizzas deep, you may have to wait a little bit. But the product, the dough, I think is the key to this. That homemade dough, the right flour, and then being able to get that crisp and that heat from it.
All right, let's watch you eat the next one. Or do you have something to say, Michele?
I said you could tell it was super quality. Big difference for me. I am a thick crust person. I like a really chewy, thick crust, and for me, that dough is the make it or break it for me. So I thought it was excellent.
And I would classify it as a thin crust, though, because of that style. And part of the reason why it's as thin as it is so that it cooks as fast as it does.
Well, if you remember, we talked about this when we had our one all live at BBT that one time a few months ago. We talked about this, and Raymond, I talked to him on the phone for a while, and I couldn't even half of the stuff he was saying. I just I'm not kind of over my head because I'm not a big cook chef type person, but and I guess this is another one of the questions I had for you, Britten, since you are now that they've done the pizza and they have the Bussin Bites, and they used to cook delicious food at Heartland back when it was open. What is it about that crew that makes everything they touch work? And how is go ahead.
That's an easy answer. Number one, they work their ass off. I mean, that's it. Anybody that is doing super well in the food game, it's because they are hands-on. They're they are taking care of the details, and they are busting their humps to make sure that their expectations are met. The second thing is they have high expectations. They have the standard, and then they make sure that their work performs to the standard. And that goes into the selection of ingredients, the setup of their trucks. I mean, everything along the lines. And and then I think the last thing is that it's the amount of heart that they put into their product. I think when someone's cooking at a high level, that's an art form. And I think we all know that when you have an artist that if their heart's in it, the product's going to show it. And that doesn't matter, Rachel. That doesn't matter if that's a builder that's creating a home. That doesn't matter if that's a website designer, a graphic designer, or somebody that's building those things out. You can tell when somebody's passionate about what they do and they view it as an art form. And then I think that one other thing, and this is just from my personal perspective, is that when someone eats my food, when I've invited somebody to my house and I'm sharing my food, that's a way of me giving them a piece of myself, letting them kind of see who I am. And I think Raymond and Sharon do a fantastic job of letting people see who they are, how much they care about their customers, the community, and then also they care about making sure that that those standards are met.
All right, let's watch you eat this next flavor.
All right, hot honey pepperoni. Should have had them cut it in smaller pieces, but that's okay. Another great undercarriage right here. Look at that. Look at the cheese pool. Mm-hmm. I like that cheese.
It smells amazing.
That's my new favorite pizza.
Oh, yeah? My mouth is watering as we're standing here.
Well, that's fantastic.
Oh, my gosh. Well, look at it.
So many bold flavors.
How can it not be?
That's just great.
You got my curiosity up because this is one of our favorites. So when you say that you think this is going to be your favorite.
Look at that undercarriage.
Hot damn. Wow. That's outstanding.
Winner, pizza dinner.
Bussin Pizza. These guys are absolutely killing it. They're doing a fantastic job. Everything I've had from them has been absolutely top-notch. And if you get the opportunity, this is an experience that you've got to eat.
Well, that's it. That's pretty insane to hear coming from both of you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
When like I got up in the truck, I watched them do it. They were, Raymond was he was proud of what he was doing, and I think that's another thing. You got to have pride in what you're doing. He was proud of it, and the setup was really impressive. And they have a big rider truck. It's like a new rider truck that they converted to do this with. And so I mean, it's they've got a great system and a great product. And I mean, we will be better off in Hardin County because they're out there slinging their food. And they are going to be at the farmers market tonight. I know earlier today we talked about Phillips Grove. I think they have canceled Phillips Grove's food trucks tonight because of the rain, but they're going to be open down there. They will be at the farmers market, and so they can.
We got to put up 5 p.m. Take an umbrella and go show some love. It sounds like there's some other people here that are talking about it too, like when other food truck people are watching on here making comments that. Everybody's excited about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Snow Dog's food truck saying the Bussin Pizza is amazing. I know, it's great. And they will be at the farmer's market tonight, even in the rain. And then even Daphne, is Daphne the one we were talking about earlier that has the other food truck? She can't wait to try it. So
I think she's got a desserts and drinks truck. I think it's sweets and spice or something like that.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to see just while we were watching there, some of these other food truck members cheering the other food trucks on. So, you don't know what you're going to eat tonight. We just told you what to eat.
Yeah.
Is there?
Hey, Britten, what's the easiest way for us to stay in the know of like where the food trucks, where Bussin Pizza is going to be located? Like if I'm craving them, where do I go? Facebook or
I follow the Bussin Pizza page.
Okay.
And several of the trucks, I try to follow their pages. But I don't know who runs the group, but there's a group. It's called 270 Food Truck Finder, and I think they actually have a Spice and Ice. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I think they actually have an app. So in most of the time, everything's posted in there. I know that Sunny Girls, the Tuckers, do a lot of the post and the promotion of things of what's going on locally and what's where and when, and that usually shows up there. And then like I said, there's no better way to support other than going and buying from these guys when you can. There's no other better way to do it than to follow their pages, like their content, share their stuff, and do that. And I got to meet the folks at Snow Dogs when we did the community meal back in November up at ECTC. Fantastic. They've got a great hot dog. They've got some really good options. But I think I love the fact that we have in the food truck community, and I think overall the restaurant community is the same way. I don't. Sometimes restaurants get a little more competitive because I think there's just a little more. I hate to say there's not more skin in the game, but there's just a little more edge. But I think in the food truck community, there's so much love and support for one another and encouragement that goes along with it. Like I had a chance to one Friday night over in Vine Grove, I got a chance to talk with the folks at the Matilda Bites truck, which is kind of their dessert truck. Got to hang out with them, and it was really cool seeing them go and they were getting their food from other trucks and doing that. That tells you, really makes it tells you who that they're in it for each other and that they're there to encourage, and they understand that in that community that if the more positive experiences that people have, the better they're all going to do.
Yeah, well, we were picking up our pizza. The Hawaiian truck across was picking up their pizza too. So they do eat from each other. I think that's so fun.
And Michele, and we've done Papa Holi's, and Michele got some stuff from Papa Holi's, and we've also done Sam's Gyros, and Georgia got a gyro she had Sam's Gyros for dinner. And so, but we didn't get a chance to talk about those to go along with that.
Here's a comment about the 270 Food Truck Finder app. You can get it on Apple and Android.
Very
and
cool.
Lindsay Akers runs that app, so I would check that out.
Yeah,
if I was you guys.
And I'm gonna tell you the food truck community has been very good to me. I'll give a shout out to Papa Pasta. He kind of gave me a new direction on some things. I guess intentionally. He was in an event and the event didn't go real well, and they gave him some tickets to go play some games, and he won a door prize. Well, he won a smoker, a pellet grill. And that's something I've been wanting. And he said, and it was funny because he was talking to a friend of ours and he said, I have zero use for this. Do you know anybody that'd buy it from me? He said, hang on a second. Let me make a phone call. Hey, Britt, do you still want to smoke? You want a pellet grill smoker? I said, yeah. And so we made that deal. And, so now I've kind of made my adventure into, so that's the next thing I'm going to learn how to do. So,
get ready. Ready.
I've done four pork butts. I've had 4 problems, but they've all turned out pretty good. So I mean, we're getting there.
We're learning.
Yeah, and so, but that's just that's the fun part. That's the other fun part about food is that people always are encouraging and supportive, and and I know if I have questions that I could call Tucker and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. What do you recommend? Or I could call the guy over at D's Butts, because we've all talked and and we're friends, and be able to learn from one another and support one another. That's one of the best things about the food industry for sure.
I love that. Well, thank you very much. I am going to go find them because I'm dying to try that hot honey pizza. Like just watching it, my mouth was watering. So Sharon, you cook one up, because if you're still watching, cook one up, because I'm going to find you this evening with the kids.
She won't have to cook it till you get there.
And also, if you guys could have the 270 food truck, or reach out to us for the app, we can get a link put on hardinlocal.com so people can find it easily.
Very cool.
But before we're done with the Experience Theater section, here we go.
He didn't play us in. Now he's playing us off.
Play us in.
Well, I got kicked out during it, but all good.
Thank you guys so
Rachel,
much.
so having 2 boys at home, I know that's gonna impact your summer a little bit in your free time. I hope you have a plan in place to be able to do that. And hey, and hitting the food trucks up's an easy dinner.
100%. I like I said, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my goodness, it's here. And so today's episode could not be more perfect, from the events from Jon and some of the news, business news. And then of course you guys we will be unfortunately probably eating out, fortunately and unfortunately eating out a lot this summer, because Mom doesn't cook very often.
You had a completely different experience than I had this morning. I woke up this morning into an empty house.
Yes.
I get up every, for the past 13 years, I've gotten up every morning and helped Georgia get ready for school. And even after she got to where she was driving and everything else, I'd get up and say hi and have a little time in the morning. And well, this morning I got up, and on Sunday, she graduated Friday. We had her party Saturday. Sunday, she left for her summer job down at Camp Lucon. And then, she may come home for a few days, and then she'll be gone to Western. So we're on our trial run of being an empty nester before it's official in August.
Congratulations, guys.
I got up this morning. It was just me. Michele was in bed, and it was just me and the dog.
Well, that perspective's everything, right? When they're little and it's a lot and they're hard and you feel like you're never going to get a break, it's easy to think this is going to last for forever. And then hearing you guys talk, it's like they're 9 and 6. I'm going to blink twice and they're going to
go like that.
If Phil helps Aiden.
11.
So I saw a stat one time that said by the time that your children are 12 years old, that you will have spent 80% of the time that you're going to spend with them by the time they're 12. And that after the age of 12, that the amount of time that you spend with them just decreases.
Substantially decreases.
And so if you've got them there, enjoy them. Because, as soon as they can spread their wings and fly, they're going to.
All right, guys, I'm trying not to cry today.
All I'm saying is, Rachel, you'll make it.
Well, and just that circles back to all of you parents that are watching your kids fly over the next couple of weeks. I know that there's a big graduation this weekend. My nanny is taking off Thursday and Friday to go to her high school graduation. And so as all of you parents watch your kids going flying, I'm thinking about you. My heart goes out, because I know it's as equally thrilling and happy and exciting as it is terrifying and sad. And you still see them as 6 and 9 years old. So my heart goes out to you guys in both good and bad ways. So, all right, Phil, before we wrap up, anything left for us to pull up on the screen as far as shout outs or comments?
I just want to remind everybody, if there's anybody still watching that hasn't commented with Malibu Jack in the comments, go ahead and comment just Malibu Jack. That way you can be entered into the $50 gift card. And Sharon did say she was still here, Rachel, so you can make sure you let her know about that pizza.
I'm coming for some pizza.
And Sharon, we also know that Carrie's coming to get pizza. She just said so. I'll be there to grab pizza tonight on my way home from work.
Yep.
And there's some other ones, but I think we shared the majority of them. Sorry, guys, if we didn't get to yours. We're tight on time today.
You're good.
But we'll go.
All right. And I just want to, Gabby Sizemore, congratulations. You're graduating this week. And I'm so proud of you and excited. And Max, Dan, and I love you. So, all right. That was my quick shout out. And then don't forget, drop Malibu Jacks in the comments, guys, if you want to be entered for the $50 Malibu Jacks gift card. Make sure to comment or tag a friend so that we can get them into this opportunity as well. And then we'll draw and announce the winner live on our June 9th show. That's 2 days before the Family Glow Night. So get on that. All right, here's how you can stay connected with Hardin Local. Okay, bookmark hardinlocal.com. That summer camp link that Phil has created. Those are, I'm telling you guys, you're going to want to go to that website and use it as a resource. I have consistently all week. So, make sure that you're clicking on that and you're bookmarking it so you don't miss anything. And then sign up for the email newsletter. Of course, as I mentioned before, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Follow us there or tell a friend. Make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and click follow on Facebook if that's where you're watching this. All right, I'm trying to think. We've got, of course, I mentioned the summer camp link. Make sure you go there. I will be doing my research after this. And then Phil, you want to close us out with TechTel?
Yeah, just quick thank you to today's sponsor, TechTel, managed cybersecurity for local business and cloud voice with AI tools. TechTel.net or give me a text 270-505-8002, 270-505-8002. Now on to a great summer, right?
Yeah, and if you run a Hardin County business and you want a spot like Malibu Jack's got today, at hardinlocal.com, we have a form there. We would really love to feature your business. I enjoy bringing it here, and it puts you on people's radar, okay? And to everyone watching, thank you for being a part of the Hardin Local community. School is out. Summer is here. Go enjoy it. It's wet and rainy today, but just try. We will see you back here next Tuesday, same time, same place. Until then, support local, stay connected, and enjoy everything happening right here in Hardin County. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, everyone.